But there's another lady I've got to ask you about, and she's to this day I still think she's like on my mind because of the 90s. But it's Sunny, otherwise known as Tammy Lynn Stitch. She's probably the most controversial woman that there's ever going to be in wrestling. Like, she seems fucking mental.
I was just going to say, go ahead. I'll finish.
Okay. No. So of course she went to WWE, and she really made a name for herself. She was fucking incredible. She was the original white girl with the big arse. Thank God.
She's an ex of yours as well, correct?
Yeah, I was just about to say. I also fucked her, and
good
I've
Lord.
had better.
God knows what you say about me when I'm off this show.
Well, Sunny was a 4 out of 10. You're at least a 5.5.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. Thank you.
But she and when you watch WWE, you could tell when she was kind of partying a bit too much because she started gaining weight. And that's the sad thing about booze is it shows. And she started getting pretty heavy, got released or whatever from WWE. It was sent to ECW for 99, and it really seemed like her act not only didn't get cleaned up, but it got even dirtier than before, and it just got crazier and crazier. And there's the stories and rumors from Marks about shit that happened. So what's your experiences or history of working with Tammy, and can you tell us some filth?
Everybody warned me about Tammy. Everybody said, you're not going to like her. She's going to stab you in the back. She's hard to deal with. You're not going to like working with her. I was good friends with Chris because Chris was part of the Triple Threat. So I heard about Tammy, but Chris never badmouthed her. Of course, it's his girlfriend, right? So I'm told she's coming in. So I always said to myself, I don't judge people by what I hear. I judge them how they treat me. But I'm going to be on my toes, right? I'm going to be aware of my surroundings, and I know what I heard. And so she comes in, and I remember I was like walking one way and she was walking the other way, and I see her and I'm just like, oh God, here we go. And she literally leans over as we're passing each other like this, and she grabs my hand and holds my hand, and she says, I've been waiting to meet you. And I said, oh, same here. I said, we got to get together later and talk. She's like, yes, definitely. I became best friends with the girl. Like, never once did she stab me in the back. Never once did we fight. Every time I worked with her, she's never stiffed me. I've never stiffed her. We've always had fun in the ring. We vacationed outside of work because we would go down to Fort Lauderdale. We got our tattoos together. I mean, she was lovely. And everybody who told me all this bad stuff about her, I didn't see it because she didn't come off that way to me. So I never, ever had a problem with Tammy. Now, I know what everybody's heard, and I know about her jail, and I feel awful. The only thing I'm going to say about that is you have to want help to get better. And for me, I feel like she's in denial because she keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. I mean, this girl was at my wedding. You know what I mean? That's how close I was to her. And it breaks my heart to see her go through this. And, if I see her at a convention, I'll always give her a hug and a kiss, and I'll sit with her and I'll talk to her. Not as close as I used to be with her, just because, I have a husband and kids, and, she's doing her thing. But people love to laugh at stories like that. And for me, I don't think it's funny. I think it's sad. She had the world by the balls at one point, and she was the biggest female star in wrestling. And to see her like this, it breaks my heart. It's very, very sad.
Yeah, like there's a famous story that Bruce Pritchard keeps telling on his show about how she literally passed out at the lunch table and shit herself.
In WWE?
Yeah. Oh. And that's when they realized that this is beyond, she likes to stay up at night and do a bit of, you know what, like she's got a problem, and you think, right, then don't laugh about it, because that kind of adds like a funny side to it all.
You know, I just feel like people are waiting to see her fail. You know, like every time she gets out of jail, I'm thinking to myself, oh, great, you know, hopefully she learned her lesson. Well, now she's in there for like the 5th time. And it's been a while that she's been away. And I'm thinking, well, when she comes out this time, is she going to learn her lesson? Is she going to be okay? Or is she going to just fall back into the pattern of meeting these guys and just falling in love at the, the drop of a dime, and moving in with these people and then having a fight and turning to the bottle? Thank God I'm blessed that I never had to go through any of that stuff. So I try not to judge, but I do know that I don't feel like she thinks she has a problem. Like, you could just tell by the way she is on social media. And it's kind of like, I don't give a fuck attitude. And maybe you should, because look what's happening, you know, and people are just laughing at her. And it's just not funny to me. I just don't find it funny.
And for the record, anyone who's asking, I banged her before she shit herself.
Oh boy, you're very active in your sex life. I got to commend you for that.
I'm all about.